how to 10x your free time. So you work a lot, right? You've got a lot of stuff to do, and you know, it would be pretty cool if you could just 10 times all your free time. Well, this video will literally tell you how, though. So basically, the amount of time you spend working directly links to the quality of what you actually get done. Wrong. That's not true, bro. If I recorded videos for the next 8 hours, I would have 20 videos, and say I edited them as well, 20 edited videos, but they all be trash. And I would only upload 4 of them, because maybe even 3, because I care about quality, bro. If you genuinely think that working 10 hours a day, studying 10 hours a day, doing anything for 10 hours a day is actually the way to get a lot of stuff done, then I don't want to say delusional, because I said that in a previous video, and I can criticize people a bit too much sometimes. But bro, like, that's wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. So, okay, so for years I would not do anything adventurous, too out there, too new, because I knew that would take up some of my free time, and I already know what I like. Right, I know what I like right now, so why would I try something new when I probably will dislike it anyway? And it would absorb some of my free time. Why would I do that? Well, it's basically just like, well, so basically the problem was that I thought that the amount of time inputted equals the exact quality output. So I thought, if I play video games for 4 hours, I will be better at video games than if I play videos for 3 hours. Because, bro, I never told anyone this, bro. But in January 2020, I set a goal for myself, and I didn't even know about goals at this point, but I set a goal for myself to become the best Minecraft player ever. I literally just wanted to become the best Minecraft player ever, and if I would actually be able to complete that goal if I went back to it, but I don't really play Minecraft anymore, so yeah, good times, bro. But anyway, so I wanted to, so the problem was that I thought that the amount of time inputted would equal the exact quality outputted. So if I spent 3 hours playing video games, it would be the same as if it would be different than I spent 4 hours. And this is somewhat true, right? It's somewhat true, right? You know, 20 trash videos is better than 1 really good video, because if you take the trash videos, you can turn them into maybe 5 good videos. But it's not direct. If I work for an extra 5 minutes, it will not give me the value of 5 minutes of incredible work. It's not the same. So, in order to fix this, I have a new script. And this script okay, bro, so that previous clip was taken like 2 weeks ago, and I had to go for tea, so apologies, but I'm gonna try and fill in the rest of that video without actually, we can probably pull up the script. Nah. Okay, so basically the new script, I'm actually still editing the video, like I was just editing the video and then I saw what was in there. So anyway, oh sorry, but the new script is, you need multiple things actually. You need to how to 10x your free time. So I think I just explained that, right? That time worked is not the same as the value from your work. So if I edit for the next 4 hours, that will not give me the exact same value every single day, no matter what, because something varies. Intensity. Am I completely dedicated when I'm editing? Right? Am I like so dedicated? Right? Like, I'm not. There's not a single thought coming in my head as I'm editing. Right? I'm just going in. I'm completely grind mode. Like nothing else is coming into my head. But or am I just like, oh, do I have to edit a bit more? Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, hey, Cameron. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Might have some lunch in a bit. Yeah. Anyway, what we're gonna do next? Like a splitting? Okay, I guess we'll do that. Yeah. So which one is you, bro? Depending on which one you are, it means that you aren't working as intensely. Now, we can all work a bit more intenser. Like, how do you say intense in like past tense, like, or like future tense? Like, we can all work more intensely. Yeah, intensely. I think that's it. So we can all work more intensely, but it's difficult, right? And this is called deep work. I've actually got the book. If you just wait one sec. Great voice. Backwards. Okay, so Deep Work by Carl Newport is a book for focused success in a distracted world. So what he means by this is intensity. It's kind of like focus, but I feel like intensity is better because intensity, it makes more sense, right? Focused success. Okay, what's the point of focused success? It doesn't get it through you fast enough. I think intensity, right? Intensity we can kind of understand, right? It's like, well, you're working more intensely. That kind of just makes sense, right? So if you work incredibly intensely, then you'll just get more work done. Yeah, bro. So the intensity you work, the more work you get done. But like, I don't care how many hours you work a day. If you work 8 hours a day, if you work 10 hours a day, what matters is intensity. That just matters. Unless you've got a job and you're working for someone else, then it's like, oh yeah, I'm just lazy bound, yeah. Yo, fun fact I learned recently. Okay, people who work 10% longer earn 40% more. Straight up. So that might be something for you to keep in your books. Although, people who work with twice the intensity make 10 times as much. So keep that one for your books as well, bro. Yeah, if you want to buy this book, just search up Deep Work into Amazon bookstores. It's a famous book, right? Like, it's sold, like, let me see here. It's Engaging and Substantive by the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, so yeah, you just look it up. You can find it if you genuinely want to buy it. I think it's pretty cheap. It's like 10 quid or something. Yeah, bro. So focus to success. We've covered that. So if I edit harder, then I will get more editing done. Straight up. If you've never deep worked before, then it can be quite new. But just try it once. You won't be able to do it very well, but if you can see your progress, and imagine, right, when you do it first time, don't imagine, oh, this is the highest it'll ever get. That's just the starting point. That's just the starting point for you right now. The next thing I want you to talk about is the Plato distribution. I think so. Yeah, the Plato distribution. So a lot, like Elon Musk does this a lot. So he bought Twitter, right, and he fired 75% of the employees, and his Twitter's still running. That like shocks some people, right? Like, how is it? How? What? Because their brains can't understand it. So, the Plato distribution is basically 80% of the value of a company comes from just 20% of its employees. That's a genuine fact. I haven't just pulled that up in there. That's a genuine fact. So it's not going to be 80% on the dot, and it's not going to be 20% on the dot. But when you add up both the numbers, they're going to come up to 100%. So you got that to start with, and it's probably not going to be 80-20 all the time, right? For Twitter, he fired 75% of the employees, so it might have been 75%, 25%. For some things, it can be as much as 95% of the value just comes from 5% of the staff. And what tends to happen is that when you've got more and more employees, that percentage gets smaller and smaller. So that's how Elon Musk was able to literally have Twitter still running with a quarter of the employees. Like, that shocks some people with the Plato distribution. Once you understand that, right, it's crazy. But like 80% of the world's wealth comes from just 20% of the people. is owned by just 20% of the people. That includes like assets and houses and all of that, right? Some people don't like that one. I mean, I think it makes the most sense, right? Like, yeah, kind of just makes the most sense. I personally, but it can be quite sad sometimes, but anyway, you don't care about Elon Musk or about the income. But you care about how you can use this in your own life, bro. 80% of the value you get from your work that is meaningful comes from just 20% of the work that you do. For my work right here, it's recording the videos. It doesn't matter what logo I make, it does matter, but it it doesn't matter what logo I make, it doesn't matter what my banner is, it doesn't matter whether I have ads or not, it doesn't matter what the description of my about is, it doesn't matter if I'm online on different social media platforms. What matters is, do I make good videos? That's it. 80% of everything comes from just 20% of the things you actually do. And what we want to do is we want to hone in and focus on that 20%. And we want to make that 20% so good that the 80%, because here's the thing bro, if you make 20% 5 times better, what's 80 times 5? 400%. If you make 20% 5 times better, you make 80% 4 times better. If that makes sense. Hold on. Let me just rephrase that. I'm sorry, but I'm doing this on a whim. But like, I was just editing the video and I just decided to do this. Okay, let me think. So 80% comes from 20%. So yeah, mate. Anything you do to the 20% is 4 times more time efficient, if that makes sense. So if I get incredibly good at recording videos, that will give 4 times the value of if I just got incredibly good at making logos. That's how it works. So what you want to do is you want to figure out first, what is your 20%? So I want you to sit back right now. I had to do this. Everybody who wants to use this formally has to do this. Okay, so it can be anything, right? It doesn't have to be necessarily work or a job. It can be as little as the tasks you do in a day. For most people, I think work will make the most sense because that's what the majority of people do. For some people, studying might be a good method of doing this. I've thought about this. Once you understand it, you can seriously just use it throughout your entire day. It's amazing, right? So like, it's seriously anything, right? So I've got a guitar here. Guitar, if you can't see already. So, okay. So 80% of the value of just 80% of me being able to play the guitar comes from probably just like 20% of things that you can learn about the guitar. So what I want to do, so what's important about a guitar? So I guess it's songs, right? And I guess it's also chords. Can you play every chord? Can you play every song? Do you know how to tune it? A few basics, right? Do you know how to tune it? Can you do it by ear? And then what would you want to do on a daily basis? Well, it depends what kind of music person you're on, but say I was a songwriter. Well, what I want to do is I want to, first, intensity. So I'm not just like, oh, that doesn't sound very good. Okay, I'm gonna have tea. Or like, oh, why does it sound so bad, bro? Oh, hold on. That's not intensity. This is intensity. Yeah. So you've got to figure out the 20% that gives you the 80%. It can be tricky sometimes, but once you figure it out, bro, it will 4 times your value, so it's worth it. And yeah, mate, there's nothing else to say. Do you want 4 times your value? And this is the best method you can do. Straight up, this is great. Apologize for the audio. I'm not using like a, what do you call it, like a voice to speech. That's why the audio on the previous clip was better. But ow. I think breaking the guitar might be in the 80%, guys. Like, so yeah, I can give you some more examples before we end. So, what is the 80% of the objects in your room that give you, sorry, what is the 20% of the objects in your room that give you 80% of the value? Bed, desk, wardrobe. Not even the wardrobe, bro. You can have your clothes on the floor. It's not that big of a deal. So sure, they're a bit dusty and they're tiny bit creasy, but who cares, bro? Or like maybe for fashion guy. And that's about it. The rest of your possessions can go on the floor. Do you even need a desk? I could work on the floor. Yeah, bro. Do I even need a bed? I could have a mattress on the floor. But now I know people are like, oh, mattress on the floor. What are you talking about? Oh, like, I want to have a desk. Oh, but it's nice to have. But bro, here's the thing, mate. Like, you got to figure it out. You got to pick the 20%, and you got to be brutal. You got to be absolutely brutal. There might be something that you do that's really fun, right? But it's not. It's in the 80% that give you the only 20%, and you might have to cut that off. And it can be sad sometimes, right? I loved making custom thumbnails. It was like I did it all through July. It was a lot of fun, and just updating all videos. And I found it a lot of fun. I stopped doing that, bro. Should I go back? Maybe, but nah, mate. It was part of the 80%. I know that now. Making thumbnails, it's like it's okay, but like, come on. It's like how do you say it? It's like, do you have great packaging but not a good product? You've got to be brutal. It's going to be hard, mate. I don't want this to be too long, because the longer it is, the more editing I'm going to do. If you can. But trying to do less work, mate. Yeah. Oh, my laptop's turning off. Okay, boys. I hope you understand this. I want you to find out the 20% of things to give you 80% of the joy, of the love, of the connection, and I want you to own in on that, because your life and everything will get 4 times better. Now, you know how it is, boys. So, my name is Sam. Our name is 7. Believe in yourself. Bye, boys. Now, things I've got to say at the end of these videos.